Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out my broadcast today. Today is day 24 of my uh, 3 year challenge to help break my addiction to food. It's also day 24 of my 30-day fast that I'm using to help start off the challenge. And so um, things have been going good so far. Gonna throw up the weight here real quick so we can look at that. Find the right spot on the screen. Switch this over. So yesterday my starting weight was, I'm sorry, yesterday my weight was 456.4. Just weighed in before the stream here. Current weight is 455.6. So we had another 0.8 pound weight loss again today. That is pretty much the same as I had right before the weekend. I think that it's kind of tied for my lowest weight loss, but it's still good to see the number going down. I'm a little bit surprised it didn't go down more because I was doing a lot more stuff around the house again yesterday, but I'm not disappointed in seeing a loss at all. And again, overall, in 24 days, I've lost 64.2 pounds. So if things go on track like they are, I'm looking at, I could hit 70 pounds in the month, which would be great. 75 would be a stretch, but possible. I mean, it'd be close. But uh, I mean, any of it's great. I'm super happy with everything that's going on so far. And so that is kind of where I'm at with the weight loss. Um, the big thing I've talked about though with this challenge is it's not all about the weight loss. Weight loss is important, and it's great to have that and be using that as a metric for my success. But for me, it's the length of time that I'm going to be taking this on, and I'm going to be focusing on myself because I really found that I wasn't doing much to focus on myself at all, and that's kind of what um, got me to this point, And I mentioned it a while back about, um, there's things you can do to help start losing weight that don't necessarily have to do with diet and exercise. I think there's a lot of just paying attention and taking care of yourself that I find that I had just let go, like I was, what's the difference? If I shower every single day or brush my teeth every day or do my hair every day or, like it's, you just feel like it doesn't make a difference. And then, um, like I said before, one of the things I started to kind of care about my hair more than I had been. I mean, there were years of time where I would just have a hat on or I had my hair just cut so short that I didn't have to do anything with it and it looked fine because it was just laying down. And so, but just taking care of something little like that, or maybe it's just something grooming that you weren't doing before, like flossing regularly or brushing regularly, that just taking control of something that you've let go of, I think those things can help kind of get you motivated to do things. Another thing I kind of did too was I started forcing myself to wake up earlier than I would. I mean, I'm very much a type of person that, I mean, if I have to be out the door at 8:15, if I can get up at 8:07 and get pants and a shirt on and get out the door by 8:15, then I'm getting up at 8:07. And a few months back, started changing that routine and giving myself, over an hour before I had to get out the door. I was getting up at like 6:30 or so, and that gave me more time to get myself prepared for the day. Get help with the kids, get them prepared, and like I said, it was just a little bit of taking back control over something that I let slide because for whatever reason it felt insignificant. And in reality, it might, it might not be the difference maker, but it might make it there. Like I said, just to you have to start controlling things that you've let slide because of, I suppose, on my part, laziness, but for other reasons too. You just let them keep going and get you going down a path, and you just, it's sort of like cleaning the house. If you leave something sit for a day, then you quit noticing after the second day, and then you don't even realize that it's part of the dirty part of the house. So, but going on with the different challenges I have with here, the fasting, I suppose I can pop that up. I am still fasting. So I have fasted for 569 hours. I'm really excited that this is under 7 days because I really want to get through the 30-day challenge here. I think that sad face. It's been really good though so far. I mean, I've mentioned a few times in the past too that I've fasted for 30 days, and I do remember feeling pretty euphoric at the end of the last 30 days. I felt like I had figured out the secret to what I was going to need to do, and I had it all planned, and then I just let it kind of just slip, and then you just add, a little bit more junk food than you should, and it just keeps building up. But I think this time I'm really excited. A big difference that I noticed this time, not just in that I'm video recording myself daily and streaming it on live, that it creates accountability, obviously. But in my personal life, I'm more open about it with other people. There's some friends of mine that the last time I had fasted, I talked to them about it after the fact, but didn't kind of clue them in when I was doing it. And so they were amazed at the time and things like that, but it was just kind of a thing. And then also with family and things like that, I didn't tell anybody until after I was done. There's also a lot of like, oh, they're going to be worried about me things, and they probably aren't worried about me. I mean, it's my family, really. And so, this time being very public, I've been open to my friends about it. I've been open to my family about it, and it's really been great on how much they check on you and how much they want, that they care. I mean, there's a little bit of concern about the method, but everybody has been extremely encouraging towards any weight loss progress I'm trying to make. And that's something I think that is probably more universal across the board than people expect, is that if you are open about what you're doing, you're not going to get shunned, or it's not like you are admitting failure. It's, you're admitting that you're ready to take on the challenge that you have been putting off for so long, if anything. And so, the family encouragement has been great. And that's, like I said, it's all about being more open about it and not hiding. I mean, the number of times I went on a 6-day diet or a 4-day diet, or a number of times I went on an 8-hour diet, astronomical, I bet. But yeah, I mean, with the fasting, it's been awesome. I'm really excited about where it's taken me, and I'm hoping to keep going with it here. I may, if I get to the 30 days and things are looking well, I may continue past the 30, but we'll see when we get to that point, because that was probably my biggest disappointment, was when I did break the fast last time. didn't necessarily feel like I needed to, but I broke it because I hit the time that I had set out for myself. And so, um, let's see here. The million calorie challenge that went up by 2,800. So it was at 22.6, went up 2,800. So that puts me at 225,400. So it means I'm 25% of the way through the million calorie challenge. Really awesome to see that. I again, I've gone on and on about it. I seeing this much weight as quick is super exciting. I know that these numbers are going to continue to be slow like they were today. You know, the 0.8s and the 0.6s and the 0.2s are going to come. And when I start refeeding, really, it's going to go back up. I'm going to have to take points away from that. And I understand that. But it's still something that I like to track with that tracker to kind of, see where I'm at in my overall progress for what I'm wanting to do with the weight loss here. And then the last thing I have is that fast food savings account on here. Now I suppose thankfully for my pocketbook, or maybe it was just that it hit a weekend here, but I didn't have any charges. I'm actually not going to have any charges for a day or two, but I'm also not sure I'm going to be broadcasting for the next couple of days. So it might not make a difference here, but the fast food savings account, this is a tracker for how much money, and it's actually, I started with November and then I had to kind of pull an audible here a few days ago. So it's September of this year when I was definitely not restraining myself from fast food. So the total up to this point was 426.86. Like I said, there were no new charges, but I did have, what would probably be considered a fast food charge really in the end. There is a gas station near where I live that they have a whatever hot food section that I generally like most of what they put on there. And so I know I had a $10 or $15 charge today in September. For that would have been food, energy drinks, sodas, stuff to get me through the day at work, because you can't get through a day at work without a bag of candy or some chips. So but yeah, 426.86 is the total still for that, which is still, I'm sure, over $18 a day. And the total number of times, I mean, it's 24th, and I believe from the tallies, that's like 28 charges this month that I went fast food. And so it's more than one a day average, and that's not good. I mean, it's something where it's as much as anything, that's been very eye-opening, and it's something that in the back of my mind I always knew was gonna be a number like that, and so it is good to be not spending that money on fast food. I think I'm really going to try to push the time that I go back to fast food, because that's one of my big, I guess, trigger is the right word, or one of my big weaknesses, or one of the things that seems to be what puts me over the edge. So, but yeah, those are kind of the tracking things I've been doing. Kind of curious, if you guys are checking this out. It's right before Thanksgiving in 2020 here, and I hope you guys are doing well on your diets, or what you're doing to get healthy, whether it's focusing on working out or diets, or just making yourself better overall. That's kind of the big thing here, and I hope you guys are having good luck with your diets and going into Thanksgiving. What's your plan with this? I mean, I have to say that, I mean, it's the COVID has pretty much canceled all Thanksgiving plans, and it's disappointing to not be around family for the season and to do those things. But from a dieting perspective, I have to say I'm excited about this year as much as any year. I mean, in the past, I've had to, when dieting over holidays, if again, there's always that hiding it or not wanting to talk about. I don't know, like when you're in it, when you're at the end of a diet and you've got great success and everybody's, giving you accolades, it's different. But when you're getting started, you have to, I don't know, you find ways. I know, like in the past, try to avoid like people noticing that you're not eating. I have young kids. It's really easy for me to grab a kid, make a plate of food for them, and then sit with them and then kind of make it appear like I'm sharing a plate with them. Um, but I think that as much of anything, it's getting over even having that kind of mindset or thinking that way to begin with. Like it's, uh, but you have to have a plan going in as far as what you're going to do for your diet too. I mean, if you are going to a family thing and there's a lot of, what's the word, like food that brings back memories, nostalgic kind of things that you have a lot of times at Thanksgiving, or there was a joke I heard about like the deviled eggs, like it's um the stuff you don't have all year, but you have it on Thanksgiving. That's not necessarily any good for you. You have to kind of plan going in what you're gonna, are you gonna fast going up to it if fasting is the way you're doing it? Are you gonna try to just skip the meal? I think that I've had luck with that in the past. Is just trying to not eat on Thanksgiving. But again, the whole thing is about figuring out how to eat like a normal person would eat on Thanksgiving too, because that's the thing is you go and you have 4 ham sandwiches and turkey and all the stuffing and all that, whatever. Anyways, I hope you have a plan going into Thanksgiving. I hope that you get through the Thanksgiving holiday successfully, and that it and even if you do have a problem or you screw up, you get right back at it the next day. I mean, or whatever. You get back at it as fast as you can get back at it. And I know it's tough when you get discouraged and down, and and then what's the difference? I already ruined the day. I mean, how many times have diets been ruined by what's the difference? I already ruined the day. So, anyways, I'm just kind of rambling at this point. I kind of went over all the hit points I had. It's tough for me. I'm technically on vacation this week, so I'm not. Uh, I'm kind of coming in to do these streams, so I don't know if I will be back on tomorrow or Friday, or I hope to do one or the other. I definitely won't be on Thursday because it's Thanksgiving. But I'm gonna get on to keep the weigh-ins going, keep myself accountable. Everything's been going great. I really haven't had any downsides. I mean, the whole talking about that taking care of yourself thing, and the whole reason I was going to talk about that was, um, I'll try to do it quick. So, for years, I've had issues with my feet. I've tried all kinds of different things, and I have this really painful spot on the outside of my foot, and I've really started to focus on fixing that. I'm pretty sure it's a corn. I haven't seen a doctor about it, but I'm using some medicine that has really been helpful with getting rid of the pain that has given me. And uh, I don't know why if it's if fixing it has always been as simple as this medication I'm using, then I don't know why I ever waited. And so I guess that was part of what I was going to talk about earlier, is that if you have something like that, that's just nagging, but it's not, I mean, it's fixable. It was over the counter. You can order it online. You can fix it. And I mean, it's already improved a lot as far as my walking and the comfort in shoes and things like that. And I was just going to bring that up because you got to take care of yourself, even if it's not losing weight. You got to find ways to take care of yourself, and maybe eventually the weight loss starts, where you start caring about the weight loss. So again, if any of my ramblings today you enjoyed, you can hit the like button. There's subscribing. I do these at 4 o'clock during the weekdays. Like I said, holiday's going to throw me off here. I do have an Instagram account that I'll try to throw a couple posts on Instagram, especially if I don't get on tomorrow or Friday. I'll post on Instagram, maybe show up my weight or something. But the Instagram is at Fahsting. That is FAHSTING. Again, kind of a quick one today, but I appreciate you guys checking out the broadcast. It's awesome. 6 days left. 6 days, 7 hours. I'm gonna knock this out of the park. So I'm excited to finish up this month and then see what the future holds for me. Everybody have a great holiday if I don't see you.